Good morning.
A couple weeks ago, your coach said for the first time, he found himself watching the standings, watching the table. How much of that are you guys going to be doing on Saturday?
Obviously, we know kind of what's still possible, but I think a lot of it still just comes down to us. And if none of it's possible unless we don't take care of business on our own. So I think if we focus on ourselves, good things can potentially happen for us.
How was the feeling after the Orlando game? It felt different from the draws that you guys had accumulated over the last 2 months. Was there a different feeling in the locker room following that game?
Yeah, I think there was a little bit. Obviously, we still want to win the game, and we have a chance to, and we concede so quickly after we scored ourselves. But I think the feeling was better because of the way we played, the way we felt, chances we created. I think overall we felt more comfortable in ourselves. We felt more like kind of our old selves. We had that old that feeling back of just really enjoying the moment, and I think you saw that with the work people were putting in, getting wide, overlaps, things like that. And I think that just kind of brought back that old sense of ourselves.
You mentioned how you guys felt earlier in the season. What was different during the early parts of the season where you guys were picking up the wins? And that's kind of putting you in the position to still be in the playoffs despite the last 2 months.
I don't know kind of what if there is a huge difference or what the real difference is, but I think a lot of it just comes down to the overall feeling. It's feeling that confidence on the field, feeling, having each other's backs, things like that. I think that goes a long way more than anything else in terms of tactics or whatever it may be.
And how are you feeling physically? You are coming back from an injury. Are you close to 100%? Where are you?
Yeah, I feel great. Feel excited to be back more so than anything else. I think that has been big for me, just being back around the guys, back on the field. So I think having that allows me to feel physically feels good.
Yeah. Sean, when you talk to folks around the league, inevitably the words confidence and momentum are two characteristics that teams really should have going into the postseason. Can you pluck out a couple of moments since the Orlando game where you have seen, you know what, this is a good vibe, this is where we need to be?
I think every day in training that since the Orlando game, we had a little bit of a break, but to see the vibes in training again and to see how guys are reacting to each other and having that competitive nature in training creates a really good environment, and it just creates that mentality that we feel good about ourselves, we feel good with where we're at, and we're really excited for what's in store here.
What has Darlington Nagbe meant to you as a player here at the Crew?
He's meant a lot. When I first came in, having him in the locker room and learning from him, my first year was tremendous. The impact he has on the field and as well as off the field is second to none. And he's done it his whole career from the moment he stepped in the league, and you see that from the success he's had. It's hard to see him to retire, but with the career he's had and how much he's meant to every team he's been at, the people he touches in and out of the locker room, around the facility, in the cities that he's been in, it goes to show just how great he is as a human being, but also as a player.
Last regular season game, it's at home. You haven't won here in the regular season since the 19th of July. It's a farewell stop for Darlington Nagbe. I mean, there's a lot to manage emotionally going into this game. What's going to be important for you to keep your composure as you prep and as you play?
I think to just look back at everything we've been through this year, the good times and the bad, and it's kind of a culmination. Our last regular season game at home in front of the fans. It's how can we continue to evolve and to put on a show for our fans. They've been here from the first game this year, nonstop for us, feel the support, and so to be able to put it all into one game at the end of the season, that last regular season game for them, and also for us. It's like I said, it's been an up and down year for us, but how can we end the season off on the right foot and use that to springboard us into the playoffs?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
When did Darlington tell the team? How was that done, Sean? I'm curious.
He told us maybe 2 weeks ago, I want to say, and it was just a message he sent in our group. We had an off day, and he sent it in the group. And then so we came back the next day, and everyone was just kind of talking about it. It was, I think, like you said, he kind of told some people, but kind of seeing it amongst everyone, amongst the group, and then to kind of see him in person after the message was kind of a weird feeling.
Were you surprised?
A little bit, yeah. Just seeing him every day. You see how he's on the field. You see him in games. He's still one of, if not the best midfielder in the league. Just how well he does in getting out of tight spaces. It's crazy to see, and to hear that news. It's obviously devastating for the club, but I think for him it's good. He's like I said earlier, he can reflect on everything he's done, and I'm glad he did. I wish he did a little bit earlier, so he could continue to get the love and respect he gets from everyone, because he deserves it. So.
There was no foreshadowing whatsoever. There was no rumors.
Mm-mm.
Really?
I don't think anyone really knew. Yeah.
And what happens at midfield now?
We'll see. We'll see. Excited to see what happens, but all up to the coaches.
Would you want to go back to midfield, or are you
It-
feeling that?
To me, it doesn't really matter anymore. I feel confident in whichever one it is, and I know that the coaches and the club have the best interests at hand for everyone, and so it's just being available in whatever spot it may be.